It may shock you to hear this, but if you're seeing this right now, it's definitely no accident. Certain forces envy the purity of your royal bloodline and have tried every tactic to siphon your energy, only to discover that each attempt makes you stronger. If you watch at least 12 minutes, you confirm you're ready to receive everything tied to this promise. Make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and comment 77 so the universe knows you're open. Then leave another comment, ready for what's next in a natural tone. Doing so triggers immediate tangible benefits and a brand new season of transformation. Chapter 1. You know something about your lineage defies logic. You've likely felt this for a while, an unshakable sense that your DNA carries more than just physical traits. You might not recall the exact moment you realized it, but at some point the clues mounted. Intense intuition, resilience beyond normal bounds, and an uncanny ability to bounce back from devastation. While everyone around you struggled in cycles of drama or despair, you found ways to pivot, to transcend. People said you were just lucky, but deep down, you knew you were operating from a realm they couldn't grasp. That realm stems from your bloodline, a regal spiritual inheritance no one can strip away. This regal lineage doesn't necessarily mean your family was famous or your ancestors well known. Sometimes royalty hides among humble origins, wearing no flashy crowns, recognized only by their quiet authority in the face of storms. Indeed, your childhood might have been full of challenges, neglect, financial strains, or emotional turmoil that forced you to grow up fast. Yet each time life tried to corner you, a hidden reservoir of strength emerged. That hidden wellspring, your birthright, signaled that you weren't meant to be subdued by the average pitfalls. In fact, you were destined to rise above them. Throughout these trials, you might have encountered individuals who sensed your uniqueness. Some resonated with it, drawn to your glow like moths to a flame. Others, threatened by what they couldn't understand, attempted to undermine or mock you. You struggled to articulate what made you different, but they saw it, an indefinable presence radiating from your spirit. While you wanted acceptance, their envy or skepticism confirmed that your frequency wasn't meant for cheap validation. It was a royal standard, a code that sets you apart. That set-apart nature can feel isolating, especially when the matrix tries to bury your gifts beneath everyday stress. You wonder if you should hide your strengths, to blend in, to avoid more conflict. But your bloodline's trait is unhideable. Even if you try, it surfaces in your empathic responses, in your dreams that hold hidden messages, and in your quick solutions to crises that stump others. Pretending you're average only drains your time, giving negative forces a chance to chip away at your self-esteem. A major shift happens once you accept you can't water down your essence. The same envy that tried to tear you down transforms into your catalyst for stepping fully into your identity. These individuals who attempt to exploit or drain you become unwitting architects of your ascension. Each ploy they use to diminish your energy ironically refines it. And because your regal code thrives on adversity, every sabotage morphs into another rung on the ladder of your unstoppable growth. All of this sets the stage for a fresh season, one where you no longer flinch when they aim their attacks. Instead, you stand tall, anchored in the knowledge that your bloodlines might transcend petty illusions. Chapter 2. Your trials confirm an inherited power. You might ask, why so many trials, heartbreaks, near misses, and betrayals? The truth is, your soul came pre-packaged with a royal blueprint that demanded rigorous testing. Look at history, historical accounts of any noble lineage. They endure coup attempts, infiltration by traitors, or manipulative figures chasing the throne. Your life's difficulties mirror the same pattern, except your kingdom is spiritual. Your throne, intangible, yet no less real. Every setback you faced was the universe's way of ensuring you'd grow adept at spotting infiltration, at thwarting illusions before they took root. At times, you likely lamented your misfortunes. Late nights found you questioning God. Am I cursed? Why does everything go wrong? Yet each morning brought a glimmer of resolve. That subtle push to keep going wasn't random. It was your inherited power stirring in you. Veins refusing to let you quit, the Matrix tries to break those with royal destinies early, hoping they'll succumb to despair and never realized their might. But you persevered, extracting wisdom from each blow. This cycle, repeated many times, ultimately sculpted you into a fortress with gates that can't be stormed by common negativity. You might have noticed how every betrayal or disappointment eventually unlocked a new talent, like enhanced discernment, sharper intuition, or improved boundary setting. That's no coincidence. Because you hold a regal frequency, adversity becomes your training ground. Just as a prince or princess in the physical realm must learn diplomacy, strategy, and courage, your spiritual lineage mandated you master resilience, compassion, and unwavering faith. These traits weren't optional extras. They were essential codes etched into your DNA. Each ordeal hammered them deeper into your being, ensuring no future threat could steal your core dignity. Now you look back on those trials with gratitude rather than resentment. Without them, you might have remained a sleeping giant, ignorant of your own potency. People who envied you, covert narcissists, manipulative allies, or toxic lovers, became unintentional tutors, forcing you to refine your senses and guard your treasures. Their negativity unwittingly awakened your dormant gifts, confirming that you can't be cornered or co-opted. Each time they assaulted your self-worth, you rose more certain of your path. This phenomenon alone underscores your ancestral legacy. Real royalty grows stronger under siege, not weaker. This unstoppable pattern sets you apart from those who crumble under lesser burdens. In moments of reflection, you sense your lineage standing behind you, cheering your evolution. They watch, satisfied that their bloodline's mission remains guarded in your capable hands. You in turn become the steadiest link in a cosmic chain, bridging past, present, and future. No mere mortal can unseat you, for your struggles have verified your royal identity. This verification is precisely why enemies' attempts to drain you fail. Your foundation is more than personal grit. It's the inherited might of countless ancestors, fueling a destiny too powerful to be shattered by fleeting illusions. Chapter 3. He transforms every attack into new strength. Each time an envious soul targeted you, they likely assumed their negativity would chip away at your confidence. Yet time and again, you astonish them by emerging from the shadows with a stronger aura. They watch you adapt, pivot, and radiate a brightness that confounds their schemes. When normal individuals might collapse under repeated assaults, you glean extra fortitude from each wave of sabotage. Such is the hallmark of a chosen one who inherited a regal resilience, a power that thrives precisely where others falter. Observe how you respond to crisis. Instead of lingering in victimhood, you swiftly shift perspective, identifying how to transform pain into wisdom. That's not a skill you simply picked up. It's your lineage's gift, honed over many generations. From a young age, you might have navigated complicated family dynamics, bullies at school, or financial pitfalls. Each scenario taught you to stand up, not crumble. Over time, your mental and spiritual muscles grew formidable, ensuring you could never be fully drained. For instance, if an old friend turned envious and tried to isolate you with rumors or gossip, you discovered new alliances as a result. If an employer undervalued you or cast you aside, you found a truer path that let your gifts shine. Adversity after adversity confirmed the same pattern. Whenever someone tries to close a door on you, a grander door opens. Because your energy is coded to rebound, the Matrix tries to keep that secret under wraps, feeding you illusions that one day it'll be too much. But that day never arrives because your power compels you to expand beyond each assault. This metamorphosis also reorients your relationships. People close to you see your repeated triumphs and either celebrate you or reel back in disbelief. Some might accuse you of arrogance, but you aren't bragging. You're simply living in a consistent state of upward evolution, a place they can't quite reach if they're stuck in cynicism or petty drama. Over time, the ones who truly value you adjust to your unstoppable growth and find ways to grow themselves, forging deeper bonds. Those who resent your resilience drift away, uncomfortable with the mirror you present of their own underdeveloped potential. Through this cyclical transformation, your approach to setbacks changes. You no longer dread attacks or sabotage. You interpret them as potential stepping stones. That's a vantage you can't buy or fake. People sense your unflinching optimism and wonder. What fuels it? You keep quiet about your regal heritage, knowing it's spiritual, not purely earthly, but the results speak volumes. Each hit that once threatened you turns into your next source of momentum. The pattern defies typical logic, proving that attempts to weaken a chosen one with royal DNA only provide more impetus for them to ascend. Hence, you stand in daily readiness. If negativity tries you again, you'll pivot as always, extracting strength from the blow. This unstoppable stand isn't wishful thinking. It's validated by your history of turning adversity into advantage. And as your spirit unwaveringly rises, the universe orchestrates bigger expansions, aligning you with the cosmic design your family line was entrusted to uphold. Chapter 4. Your ancestral guardians shield you from furtive attacks. Those who try to drain you rarely act openly. They operate in the shadows, spreading rumors, fueling discord, or even delving into dark spiritual practices. They sense your unique energy but can't pinpoint how to dismantle it in plain sight, so they resort to stealth. Yet even in the unseen realm, they face your ancestral guardians, a lineage of protectors who watch your every step. These guardians aren't just mythical figures from centuries past. They're present, actively intervening whenever malevolent forces cross certain boundaries. You might have felt their presence during close calls. Perhaps you were on the verge of a disastrous choice, but an inexplicable prompt made you hesitate, or an unnerving sense of foreboding steered you away from a person who later proved toxic. Those near misses were your guardian's handiwork, because your lineage is no ordinary line. It's a continuum of awakened souls who left pieces of their wisdom as spiritual sentinels to guide your path. The Matrix scoffs at such notions, but you've lived enough unexplained rescues to believe. Consequently, even the best-laid sabotage attempts often unravel. Your enemies might gather data or conjure illusions, yet at the critical moment, their plan falters, revealed by an accidental slip, undone by an unplanned event, or overshadowed by your intuitive pivot. These coincidences that break your opponent's plot are no accidents. They are your ancestral guardians stepping in, coordinating with your sense of timing to ensure negativity cannot fully root. This synergy of invisible watchers in your attuned awareness forms an impenetrable defense. This protective phenomenon also liberates your day-to-day approach. You realize you don't have to micromanage every threat or live in paranoia. Once you do your part, maintaining moral clarity, keeping your energy balanced, and refusing to feed drama, your guardians handle the rest. They anticipate moves before you even see them, nudging you to shift or raising blockades that repel infiltration. In turn, you carry on with your mission, unencumbered by constant fear. That's not naive trust. It's an alliance forged across centuries of shared destiny. Additionally, your ancestral guardians help you decode subtle messages. If you sense a particular symbol or dream repeatedly, it might be your lineage attempting to guide your decisions. Whether it's an animal totem that appears in visions or a repeated phrase in conversations, pay attention. The more you heed these signs, the easier your path becomes. You realize your guardians want you to succeed. Their own journeys feed your spiritual intelligence, meaning you're never alone in deciphering life's complexities. Hence, no matter how cunning your adversaries are in their covert attempts, they remain at a disadvantage against the interplay of your heightened intuition and protective ancestry. That advantage is priceless. It saves you from draining cycles of revenge or paranoia, letting you remain vibrant and focused on your calling. Because once you trust that your guardians have your back, you can pour your energy into creation rather than defense, forging ahead with the regal confidence that your lineage stands between you and any ill intent that lurks in the dark. Chapter 5. You embrace the royal blueprint flowing in your veins. Up to now, maybe you suspected you had a special calling, but you never fully accepted the notion of a royal bloodline. The Matrix fosters humility that often borders on self-denial, urging you to disown any sense of innate greatness. But true humility isn't about hiding your majesty. It's about recognizing that your gifts come from God, intended to uplift, not to boast. Embracing your royal blueprint means you finally say, yes, I come from a line of power and purpose, and I won't keep it under wraps anymore. That acceptance might feel jarring if you spent years downplaying your talents. Old insecurities flare, wondering if you'll seem arrogant or if you're deluding yourself with fantasies. But recall every evidence, the repeated resilience, the uncanny synchronicities, the moral code that you can't compromise. These patterns confirm your lineage is more than an idle trip. It's a spiritual reality, evident in how you bounce back from adversity, how your presence shifts atmospheres, how negativity tries to muzzle you, yet fails every time. Once you fully claim your lineage, you notice a difference in how you carry yourself. Shoulders upright, voice steady. You speak from a conviction that doesn't require others' endorsement. This shift in posture isn't vanity, it's alignment. People respond differently too. Some sense your unwavering aura and either respect you or scurry away, intimidated by the power they can't define. Others come forth with admiration or requests for guidance, drawn to your radiant authenticity. Adopting this stance also clarifies your boundaries. Since you know your role is vital, you guard your energy from trivial drains. The Matrix hates when chosen ones stop wasting energy on minor dramas or toxic cycles. That hatred might manifest as fresh attempts to pull you into negativity, but they rarely succeed. Your new alignment acts like a shield, repelling nonsense. And ironically, your calm refusal to engage these illusions only underscores your royal composure. In parallel, you sense a rekindled desire to serve on a broader scale. Royal lineage implies responsibility, not just perks. You might find yourself drawn to leadership roles, activism, or creative endeavors that benefit more than just you. This impetus to give back, to anchor compassion in your sphere, is the hallmark of true royalty. Instead of hoarding blessings or power, you distribute them wisely, enabling others to awaken to their own potential. That's how you complete the cycle of abundance. Receive from your cosmic heritage, then channel it to uplift. Hence, stepping into your royal blueprint isn't about proclaiming superiority. It's about honoring a sacred inheritance that compels you to stand tall, steward your gifts, and champion higher ideals. That unwavering posture disarms those who hope to siphon your spirit. They realize you're not a timid figure waiting for acceptance, but a sovereign soul fulfilling an ancient vow. Once you claim that stance, no illusions can overshadow your radiance. You exist as living proof that a regal bloodline can't be diluted by envy or sabotage, only magnified by each attempt to bring it down. Chapter 6. You radiate invincibility while remaining compassionate. Suddenly you realize fear no longer paralyzes you. Where you once braced for fresh attacks, you now move with unbreakable calm. This composure isn't naive invincibility, but the knowledge that each hostile attempt only fuels your inner fire. Enemies watch in disbelief as their plots backfire and strengthen you. Typically, repeated hits erode a target, yet your royal bloodline flips that script. Despite this unshakable war, your heart hasn't hardened into apathy. You remain compassionate, recalling that behind envy often lies a wounded soul. At times, you even empathize, knowing you could have been similarly trapped if your lineage hadn't awakened you. Still, compassion doesn't mean erasing boundaries. You hold firm lines, recognizing that illusions and bitterness are smoke signals from souls craving validation in destructive ways. Your new invincibility also turns you into an energy anchor for others. Sensing your equilibrium, they might seek counsel or simply hope to absorb your calm. You don't dismiss their struggles, yet you refuse to spiral into pity. Some embrace the spark you offer. Others resent your refusal to wallow with them. Either way, you remain unmovable, proving you can't be swayed by extremes. Each day refines this balance, invincible yet empathetic. You won't be manipulated by counterfeit positivity or forced cynicism. Your edge comes from integrated heart power, a synergy of empathy, clear boundaries, and unwavering dignity. If illusions arise, you diffuse them calmly. If genuine sorrow crosses your path, you respond kindly. By standing firm in your truth, you keep forging unstoppable progress. When adversaries attempt to siphon your energy, your spirit only glows brighter, their animosity fueling your strength. Observers witness your steady expansion, and some may escalate their schemes. Ironically, that simply fortifies you further. You walk on neither naive nor jaded, but deeply certain of your place in the cosmic tapestry. Radiating invincibility shaded with compassion, you reflect royalty, defined not by tyranny or arrogance, but by benevolent leadership. The Matrix stands powerless to corrupt such an essence, forced to watch as your synergy of heart and mind paves the way for continued ascent. You remain unruffled by illusions or jealousy, forging a path guided by empathy and anchored in unshakable grace. Chapter 7. You step into the next chapter of unshakable authority. All the fragments of your journey now converge. You've claimed your regal inheritance, converted adversity into exponential growth, resurrected dormant dreams, and forged alliances that honor your vision. The universe stands ready to usher you across a threshold. The next chapter is marked by your authority, unshakable. Every attempt to derail you has instead crystallized your resolve, acting as the rocket fuel for this moment of profound clarity. You sense a higher dimension calling, perhaps in business, ministry, creative innovation, or personal transformation. Whatever the arena, you feel destiny's hand at your back, propelling you forward. No longer do you heed the Matrix's sneer or lesser illusions. God's anointing shields your trajectory, ensuring no negativity can undermine your progress. Stepping through this portal, you find your voice resonates more powerfully. Where you once tiptoed, you now stride with authority. You finished apologizing for the gravitational pull you exert. Instead, you channel it into structures that uplift collaborators and seekers. Inevitably, some recoil at your light, feeling exposed. But you're beyond trying to appease everyone. Fulfillment of your cosmic mission holds top priority. In this chapter, you move with sharpness and strategy. Past snares, manipulative flattery, frenemies, self-doubt no longer ensnare you. You see illusions for what they are, sidestepping pitfalls with an almost effortless precision. Synchronicities spring up. The perfect news arrives at just the right time. Finances align, key allies emerge. These events confirm you're operating within the coordinates of your royal blueprint. Not coincidences, but divine affirmations of your path. You also stand as a guiding light for others. Those trapped in envy or despair see your example and realize their potential. If they awaken to the lineage within, your life displays the boundless growth that unfolds once illusions are shattered and moral clarity is embraced. You become a living parable. I overcame relentless sabotage and rose stronger. So can you. Discover your unbreakable center. Crossing into this next chapter, you neither strut in arrogance nor shrink in fear. You move in calm assurance, as if an energetic red carpet unrolls at your feet. Those who resent your sovereign bloodline lack the power to dethrone you. Every attempt to drain your essence only fuels your spirit. In turn, you stay magnanimous, resisting revenge and modeling how to transform negativity into unstoppable progress. In that synergy, where your destiny and lineage meet, the universe applauds the unstoppable force you've become. You stand fully in your authority, not as a conqueror of others, but as a liberator who shows the enslaved a door to freedom. Each stride you take affirms the cosmic contract you carry, ensuring your progress is guided not by ego, but by the divine signature etched in your soul. As you enter this realm of unshakable authority, remember, you were always destined to wield this power, and no illusion can dim the brilliance of your unfolding legacy. Looking to the horizon, you sense each challenge as an invitation to elevate your mastery. The universe watches in vibrant expectancy, each step forging your legacy of transformation. No barrier is final, no conflict insurmountable, and no adversary too powerful to outshine the brilliance of your divine calling.